Many of us have heard of the Bermuda Triangle, the place where ships and planes have mysteriously gone missing in the Atlantic Ocean for decades. Most of us are unaware that there is a place like that in Nevada, in a region of the Sierra Nevada mountains in Nevada and California. About 2,000 planes have gone missing in the last 60 years. With 25,000 miles of mountain desert, this remotely populated area, many of which the crash sites have never been found. I'm Massxmordor, and this is Oddities, where I discuss quirky, strange, macabre, and weird happenings in human history. The Nevada Triangle is usually defined as spanning from Las Vegas, Nevada in the southeast to Fresno, California in the west to Reno, Nevada at the top. Throughout the years, many missing planes were flown by experienced pilots and disappearing under some very mysterious circumstances, with the wreckage which was never found. Within the rugged forest of the Sierra Nevada is the top secret Area 51, along with the dozens of conspiracy theories that include UFOs and paranormal activity that surrounds the base. Similar theories have been long considered regarding the Nevada Triangle. One of the earliest planes lost in the triangle was about 70 years ago, on December 5th, 1943, when a B-24 bomber crashed in the Sierra Nevada mountains. The bomber was piloted by Second Lieutenant Willis Turvey and co-piloted by Second Lieutenant Robert M. Hester, as well as carrying 4 other crew members. The flight was supposed to be a routine night training mission, taking off from Fresno, California's Hammerfield Airport to Bakersfield, California, to Tucson, Arizona, and to come back. Clinton Hester, the father of the co-pilot Robert Hester, began a private search for his son that would last for the next 14 years. But he would die of a heart attack in 1959 and would never find his son or any evidence of the missing plane. A year later, the United States Geological Survey researchers were working in a remote section of the High Sierra west of LeConte Canyon in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. There, they found airplane wreckage in and near an unnamed lake. Later, Army investigators revealed the wreckage to be that of the first missing bomber, piloted by Second Lieutenant Willis Turvey and co-piloted by Second Lieutenant Robert M. Hester. The lake is now known as Hester Lake. Another military plane went missing on May 9, 1957, when Air Force Lieutenant David Steves was piloting a T-33 training jet, taking off from Hamilton Air Force Base near San Francisco on a flight to Arizona. The plane disappeared after a thorough search without success. The Air Force declared the 23-year-old officially dead. However, 54 days later, the pilot reappeared, looking disheveled and dressed in tattered and filthy clothing. He made his way to a camp in the backcountry of Kings Canyon National Park, east of Fresno, California. He would describe how he blacked out when something in the plane exploded when he woke up in time to eject himself from the plane. He had injured both his ankles while landing. He had to drag his parachute with him to keep himself warm. He crawled over 20 miles in freezing temperatures at 12,000 feet elevation without food and shelter for 15 days. Finally, he would find an abandoned National Park Service cabin where he found a few cans of food and some fishing equipment. He survived by fishing and killed a deer with his pistol. After regaining some of his strength, he tried to make it to civilization, and he nearly drowned in the Kings River before stumbling upon a pack train guide who took him by horse to civilization. There were some who questioned his story due to his disappearance occurring in the midst of the Cold War. And because no remains of his plane could be found, it wasn't until 1977 that Boy Scouts found the canopy of his jet, but the plane's wreckage has never been found. In 1941, Lieutenant Leonard C. Landon parachuted to safety after his Army fighter squadron got lost over the mountains. His P-40 fell within a mile of where he landed in the remote Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. To this very day, the wreckage has never been found. Another famous case was of missing aviator Charles Oakley, a wealthy real estate developer who lifted off from Oakland, California in August 1964, but mysteriously vanished en route to Las Vegas, Nevada. The Marine Corps trained pilot was never seen or heard from again, and his plane has never been found. Okay, so I agree with the experts and how it's the wind that causes all this. And yeah, I don't really believe the conspiracy theorist because, like, okay, Area 51, there's no evidence. They don't have any evidence. And then also, why would Area 51, why would they shoot down their own soldiers? Like, those are their own people they're training. Like, I don't think they would just, like, shoot their planes down for no reason. And, like, how would they have control over that? When Area 51, it's, like, through the Sierra Nevada forest. So, yeah, I believe that Mountain Wave is to blame for all this. And that's why there's so many plane crashes over the years. Over, 70 years? Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I think.